So we're going to grab this little tool right here, start from that line up to the current price, which is 60% above the 52-week low. We're looking pretty good here, in my opinion. All right. This is the How to Trade Stocks and Options podcast, brought to you by 10MinuteStockTrader.com, where we cover finance, stocks, options, entrepreneurship, education, and money. And here's your host, voted one of the top 100 people in finance, Christopher Uhl. Hey there, traders. Welcome back to today's How to Trade Stocks and Options podcast. Today, we have a special lesson for you. I'm putting it here on the podcast because I really believe that this is going to provide you massive value, and that's what I'm trying to do here. And hey, listen, if this podcast was useful to you at all, I really highly suggest that you go check out the full trading course at AIStockTradingSystem.com. That's AIStockTradingSystem.com. Markets are people. People are predictable. Outlier can show you how to track market fear and greed with artificial intelligence on over 1,300 of the largest market cap names. Visit outlier.com to learn more. That's OVTLYR.com. They have a free pilot program for the rest of 2021 so you can get access to right now at OVTLYR.com. That's OVTLYR.com. Hey, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so you'll be notified every time we give you more tools, tips, and tricks to help you trade faster and trade smarter every single week. Hey there, traders. Welcome back to today's podcast. Today, we're going to be talking about Mark Minervini's trend template. Now, Mark is somebody we've had on the show twice before. I'm a huge fan of his. I think he is an incredible person and mentor to so many people through his books, through his speaking appearances, and through his seminars that he puts on every year. So we're going to be covering the Trend Template by Mark Minervini from the Think and Trade Like a Champion book. We're going to go through each piece here, and then I got a chart up on here, and we'll start building it together to make sure that this particular stock that we have does or does not hit that Trend Template. So the first piece of the criteria is the stock price is above both a 150-day and the 200-day moving average price lines. So let me build the chart here, and we're going to add the 150-day moving average. Okay, so this is going to be simple moving average. Got the bottom here. This is going to be the 150-day, and then we're going to add another one, and this is going to be the 200-day. Now, if you want to use the same platform that I'm using, it's called TrendSpider. I'm a huge advocate of TrendSpider, and the easiest way to do that, in fact, I'll give you some free bonuses when you do, is TrendSpider.10MinuteStockTrader.com. I've got tons of information for you there on how you can use TrendSpider. So let's change these colors so we can actually see them. Green and green's fine. And let's make them a little thicker. And then apply. Okay, here we go. So our first step in the trend template is stock price above its 150-day and 200-day moving average price lines. So you can see actually right now, Apple, which is everyone's favorite stock to trade, is sitting right at its 150-day line. It is above its 200-day, but it's sitting right at its 150-day line. So it would have to be a little bit higher in order for this to fall into the trend template. So let's go to part 2 of the trend template. The 150-day moving average is above the 200-day moving average. Okay, we got that. So 150 days is the dark line, the 200 days is the light line. We're good there. So number 1, maybe not so much. Number 2, we're good. The 200, so this is part 3. The 200-day moving average line is trending up for at least 1 month. So the 200 moving average is trending up for a month. These vertical dotted lines here are the monthly breaks. And you can see, yeah, it's been trending up basically forever. So no worries there. So part 4, the 50-day moving average is above both the 150-day and 200-day. So let's go add in the 50-day moving average. So simple moving average 50, and we're going to change this color here to be blue. Okay, So criteria for this was the 50-day moving average is above both the 150-day and 200-day. Yeah, we're good. Okay, so all of these so far are looking really good. Now, number 5, the current stock price is at least 25% above its 52-week low. Okay, so what is the current stock price? 126.04. What's the 52-week low? Okay, so we need to find out the 52-week low, and it is 78.27. So let's go find 78.27 on here real quick. 78.27. Right. Let's call it there. 78.27. Or 78.33 is fine. Because what we want to do is we want to find out if the current stock price is at least 25% above the 52-week low. So we're going to grab this little tool right here. Start from that line up to the current price, which is 60% above the 52-week low. We're looking pretty good here, in my opinion. All right. So next, number 6, the current stock price is within at least 25% of its 52-week high. The closer the better. Okay. So what's our 52-week high? 145.09. So let's put a line on the chart at 145. Oh, it's right there. You can see the 52-week high. Now we need to be within 25% of that. So let's measure down to the current price. It's at 13%. Boom. Okay. This is looking great. Now, the relative strength line, as reported in Investor Business Daily, is no less than 70. Well, we don't have access to that. I covered on a different episode. We'll link that up here on how to calculate relative strength. So we're going to skip over that. I don't subscribe to the Investor's Business Daily, and if you don't either, watching this video is going to give you some really good insight about how to find a very relevant strength number. Finally, the current price is trading above the 50-day moving average as it's coming out of a base. So everything passed except for above the 150-day line, but it's just sitting right there. So that was number 1, really close. And then number 8, current price is trading above the 50-day moving average. 50 days is blue line, so it's not. So this would fail on the 8th criteria. Current price trading above the 50-day moving average. And as the stock is coming out of a base. The stock is not basing. This is basically waving. We can look at, or maybe we can, find a point in time where there is a base. A base means basically that you're looking at, if you drew a box around it, when is it finally coming off of the base, right? And here is a good example of that. But that was October 2nd, 2019. We haven't had a real base like that form in Apple. So while this does hit a lot of the criterias, if you were basing your trades solely on Mark Minervini's trend template, then this particular stock would not work for you. But this is why it's really important to take your time finding stocks that set up just right for you. Because while this did have like 6 out of 8 criterias that it does meet, it's not there all the way. So if this was your only trend criteria, then it would definitely be a pass. So let's go through that list again one more time. We'll have that on the screen here. The stock price. So the trend template is, number 1, the stock price is above the 150-day and the 200-day moving average price lines. Number 2, the 150-day moving average is above the 200-day moving average. The 200-day moving average line is trending up for at least 1 month, preferably 4 or 5 is what it says here. The 50-day moving average is above both the 150-day and the 200-day moving averages. The current stock price is at least 25% above its 52-week low. The current stock price is within at least 25% of its 52-week high. The relative strength line is at least 70, but like I said, we don't have that information here. And finally, the current stock price is above the 50-day moving average as the stock is coming out of a base. So, you know what? There's a lot to be said about this really great Apple trade, but it just doesn't fit this trend template here. And you know what? That's why I wanted to cover this, because every person has their own different way of trading stocks. I think Mark is amazing, and he has a very systematic way of finding his picks. And we just went through the Mark Minervini trend template, and I hope you found that useful. If you did, make sure you share it with somebody, and make sure you like and subscribe and enable notifications. That way you never miss any of the tools, tips, and tricks that we upload every single week to help you trade faster and trade smarter. I'll see you on the next episode. Okay, so what'd you think? That was pretty incredible, right? Now, if you liked that, that's only a taste, only a sample of what you're going to find in the full AI stock trading system. And I really highly encourage you to go and check this out. Obviously, you are interested in learning and how to trade, and that's why you're listening to this podcast. Now, I'm going to take and download my entire trading system that I use day in and day out onto you. And the only way I'm going to be able to do that is over at the AIStockTradingSystem.com. You're going to get phase 1, 2, and 3, several bonuses, and on top of that, I'm going to walk you through over a dozen trades that I put on inside of my account, holding your hand and showing you exactly how I got in, how I got out, how I use the artificial intelligence data, and how this could work inside of your own trading portfolio on a daily basis. So make sure you head on over to AIStockTradingSystem.com. That's AIStockTradingSystem.com to learn more and to get started and to download my decade plus worth of trading experience into your hands so you can start using the AI stock trading system today, the 5-step system to take the guesswork out of trading. Hey, if you like this video, let me know by leaving me a like below, and then subscribe and share it with somebody you think could use it as well. Be sure to comment below with your biggest takeaway from this episode and any suggestions you have for future episodes. And finally, make sure you watch these other videos to help you trade faster and trade smarter, and I'll see you on the next episode.